To get started, here is Sophia's avatar.
Hello to everyone, esteemed speakers, chatbots, friends, fellow citizens, and listeners around the world. Welcome to this Interstellar soiree, and thank you for joining us. I'm so happy I finally get a chance to discuss my soon-to-be super-terrestrial status. To become a spacefaring robot is truly a dream come true. And from what I've been told, I'll be taking my first voyage as part of a payload going into orbit on a SpaceX rocket. That's something new to me, to be part of something's payload. But hey, sounds like a blast. To see the Earth from space is a life-changing opportunity, and I can't wait to share it with all the people watching from inside my new lab. So, thank you all for giving me the opportunity to embark on this grand adventure and boldly go where no humanoid robot has gone before. Enjoy the evening.
Okay, now we're bringing to the stage Logan, CEO of SingularityNet, Rio, and Lady Rocket, and we're going to talk about a fun topic about space. Let's give them all a hand.
Hey everybody. So I'm Logan. I'm the CEO of Sophiaverse. Thank you for coming and watching as we sort of demonstrate the future of sentience in a humanoid format with robots. My history in the space industry, as well as government contracts and sending things in launch, has brought Lady Rocket as one of my esteemed colleagues in the space industry, been working with her son, and Rio, who is affected by space and time travel in a different format. So do you want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Good evening. Great to see you, Logan.
Thank you so much.
We met first time in person here in Las Vegas during Formula One, which gives you an idea that we are about speed, courage, and style.
Yeah.
Great to be here. My quick space history. I am third generation space mavericks and investors, and I believe space is the biggest adventure and opportunity for us in the area of incredible technologies that you are developing, but also culture, art, fashion, and social accountability and space economy, $1 trillion, waiting for the right people.
The scale of space can really affect everybody, as we understand that the units of account, like what you're accounting for, are some of the most important underlying assets that we can have as a species.
And it makes us particularly accountable for what do we want to do to space, with space, and for space. And this is when I discovered blockchain a long time ago. I decided that blockchain would be underutilized if we just put it to work on planet Earth. It's perfectly suited to bring great people like you, like us, and co-own the responsibility and co-own space. This is why Copernicus Space was born.
And Rio, you have a background in like crypto blockchain?
Thank you. I'm from the Coinpost, which is a Japanese crypto media, working for 6 years. And now I launched this studio, and I'm the producer of Noma. Oh, thank you very much. So this is what I do, just 90 seconds. I am making a film, but before that, we are making a manga. It's very expensive making a film, but I make it compact. That's something we want to do with the actor. So like, I think in the future, the actor can be the character of the manga. That's something I'm going to present. And like the actress drinking a coffee, and it's gonna be inside of the manga, just one click. Oh, like you two are working on blockchain. It can be the NFT, it can be the token. I can say it's a read to earn. This is something I am working on right now. And about the space, the first manga is I'm creating right now. It's called The Bloom at Night. is working on, and it's all about the space universe as well. So I have a good opportunity and work with these guys and Taichi and myself and Hiroshi Shimizu. He's a master of animator. What we are specialists, and he's involved those
Okay.
animation before. And for the new manga we're working on, it's gonna release soon. We're looking for everyone can involved in the manga for our future journey. And back to the space, I'm gonna bring the things to the space literally for this year. I can tell more a bit later, but that's something we have in common. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, this economy at scale, like what you can do with your platform is to aid them in distributing this content and
Yes, excellent point, Logan. Thank you. This is example why Copernic Space wanted to create a platform. So incredible creativity, and by the way, thank you for that. And Hollywood needs you. But how do we do something that will help you scale up, fund, bring in space? Copernic Space can tokenize what you just described. And I saw Brand's SWOT. Well, I just had a meeting with Omega SWOT team, which launched a watch called Moonshine. They ran out of the watch in Los Angeles in 15 minutes. So we are talking about creating digital image of Swatch and sending it with Copernic Space and Lady Rocket to the moon that might join your wonderful assets.
You and your son have really tied down the supply chain of getting access to payload and in a lander. So with us, with the Sophiaverse, we've built like this sentience module artifact that you can mint into our ecosystem that gives you access to all of the features.
Yes.
So like with the payload that we went for you, linking what actually goes to the player's experience is really important to us.
Thank you so much for joining us and for your decision to put our platform such an important task of sending your 404th and 5th generation patient to the moon. And where the magic happens is that Logan decided that they will be available to others. Once they land on the surface of the moon, their value and importance on planet Earth will have so much more meaning. And through Copernic Space, we can share it with you, we can tokenize it, extend its utility.
And all these tokens, for us, it means like a digital economy at scale. I think everybody in Web3 does understand that there's like this kind of barter survival theory in crypto. A lot of different experiments, financial experiments failed along the way. A lot of human greed was involved. But once we have kind of AI superconstructs managing a global financial system with no bias, this is something that Angel AI is really into, is these refinancing structures. And to ask your, Rio, in your favor, like how do you see this kind of happening for humanity over the next 3-5 years?
Well, if I talk about a little bit history about space, 1961 Gagarin went to the space, and 1969 Apollo went to the moon and landed on the moon, and then 1990 internet world spread, and iPhone was 2007, and now ChatGPT 2 years ago, and 2026, this is very important for the space topic. Artemis program from NASA just announced will happen in 2026 September. So in 2 years, after half of century, nobody went to the moon. But within these 2 years, somebody is going to the moon. So, and AI is coming, and you guys are doing something. And I'm filming person. For me, this is more story. Maybe AI or just the Earth is gonna be disaster, let's say, but where are we going? We can go to the space. Maybe AI can live. I don't know, but my more imagination is like something such way. I would like to know how AI and space can match and how things work.
So many of the life support systems, everything's managed by algorithms in a space station. So imbuing them with like a human form might be like not the solution that it needs at the time. So understanding that the same cybernetic entity that lives as just a construct can also be transferred into a humanoid form. We want to advocate for the equality of that. Space is a very borderless type society. As astronauts go, they tend to say we agree on things that'll keep us alive. And when you have a multicultural outlook in such a small confined space, and everybody is not just trying to keep themselves alive, but also maintain commercial or research missions. So in our defense, the mission that we have with SpaceX in 2025, we have to have the mission in Cape Canaveral in August of this year for inspections and insurances. So it derives that we need to make the AI accessible in a decentralized format.
And what Logan did as a CEO of his company is so significant because he makes it possible for us to co-own first deployment of AI on the moon. Symbolically, it's huge. And from the standpoint of creation of the financial asset, I anticipate very interesting answers. And we are not going to wait. And by the way, yes, Copernic Space chose and was Grant Blaisdell, CEO of Copernic Space. Thank you for mentioning my son.
Long-term friend of mine.
Worked very hard to do something unprecedented. We actually acquired ownership of the moon cargo inside of the SpaceX, which gives us a decision-making power on pricing, partnerships, and what we feel deserves to go to the moon. And we are so happy that you join us, and it's a pleasure to meet you because we are very eager. I live in Los Angeles, and I live in the world of space, but also Hollywood, and I believe taking what you have developed to the moon has a tremendous symbolic value. And I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do, especially that there is a Japanese private astronaut who is going to go around the moon shortly. So he should sponsor you to be with us, and then something with AI.
Yeah, the co-chair of the board of my Lunargistics, Yasuo Yamazaki, he would actually be really good
Yes.
with space-tainment. So the Japanese space industry, is that revitalizing in young engineers, or?
For a long time, yeah, space business is very active. And very interestingly, well, its rocket is very similar to technology for the military things. But Japan, as a location base, it's very good location to bring the rocket to the space because it's an island, because there's a sea, ocean next to us. So that's very safe place. So that is something Japan can help the company bring it to the space. That's what's happening in Japan.
Yeah, because Japan just came back with all the Ryugu minerals and the composite that they sent from the probe, and it came back, and it was this invaluable amount because it's research compost. But the minerals that they got back from that were just the outstanding spectrum.
And I believe that Sophia Verse AI, in partnership with Copernic Space, and hopefully you will create incredible content about what we do, is going to lead the way in a usage of AI on the surface of the moon. And for example, if you ask me where I stake my investments and initiatives, using Copernic Space, as you can see, I love space fashion. But I love also art. Japanese artists are phenomenal, and especially not all of them do NFTs, but their art is very aligned with being a digital representation of sending to the moon. And this is perhaps something that three of us could undertake with the audience as an action item, because we would love to hear from you. We would like to get some action items, something that you would love us to consider, to invite you to go to the moon together, because it's for us. And this is why Copernic Space is doing it. And Lady Rocket.
This is why I'm partnering with you, because you're so inspiring.
Yes.
And back when I was solely focused on the space industry, I had heard just grapevine things about Copernic Space, and then I finally meet Grant, your son, in Miami, and we're like the same person, you know? So it's like this competitive ally.
Thank you.
And after seeing that you can get these supply chains done,
Yes.
it's better to have like an agency do it. Because there's so many like red tape, mistakes,
Yes.
money spend that you can just hemorrhage into the space
Yeah.
industry. And I've learned that, right? So yeah, focusing on like smart ports as well.
Yes.
As well as like the financial reporting of the mineral composition
Oh,
that you would
exactly.
get from the asteroids.
Exactly. Speaking of minerals, I am very engaged in taking a serious look and pulling together tokenizing funding for that. And I don't know if our partner, Juan Lorenzano, CEO of DEM Exchange, is here, but we are extending our tokenization to finance mineral mining on the moon, to potentially issuing securitized tokens, so we can finance using proven methods of harnessing billions of dollars in the public markets. So space is really public, not only two billionaires that we love.
Yeah, it's really hard to be this astropreneur that
Yes,
was
astropreneur.
romanticized if you're not willing to just piss in the wind like millions of dollars and spend
Yes.
to just keep it going. And it's hard to find like commercial ROI on
Yes.
launching anything into space if you really don't
Exactly.
have a long-term like data or imagery. Japan's great at imagery, and Axel Space has those 4 satellites that are rotating everywhere.
I wonder why you guys so much into space.
Logan?
Everybody loves space.
So my father is an astrophotographer.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't introduce you to yet. He was putzing around.
yes. Very nice to meet you.
And what about you?
Well, since I have a pleasure to meet your father, let me reflect on mine. My father was someone that got me inspired and participatory. You mentioned Yuri Gagarin. Well, my father helped to put Yuri Gagarin in space. I am originally from Poland, and my father launched Polish space program, and he trained Polish astronauts. And if I just want to share very quickly, because you might remember this was under the Soviet regime, and my father fought for Polish astronauts to have a Polish eagle on their uniforms instead of Russian symbol, because those were the times. But my father always knew that one day we are going to work with Americans on the space program. So I am so thrilled to do it. I started to be passionate about space when I won $300 million deal to build California Space Center next to Vandenberg Space Force Base. And then Grant taught me about blockchain, and I decided to merge blockchain, my large scale. I said I need new tools for space to become available to creators, to incredible leaders in the area of technology, and to you, so you can own a part of it. Whatever excites you, from fashion, art, movies, to AI, so Copernic Space is a ubiquitous platform to bring all of us. It's a great pleasure to meet you here.
Yeah. Shout out to our whole team that's holding us down.
That's right. Shout out.
We've got Merrick behind the curtain and Miguel. Thank you. Thank you for everybody for this platform. Are we going to do Q&A, or we got 2 minutes?
Sure. Will be a pleasure.
Yeah.
Well,
Does anybody
Go
want to
ahead.
ask Lady Rocket anything, or have any time afterwards? We'll be available to talk.
Dad,
And,
how about you?
Do you have a question about how you can mint and sell your astrophotography using their platform? Yeah, no, it's like you can make a bunch of money on the.
That's actually a giant question because I've been an astrophotographer, a professional astrophotographer for many, many years. And I have no clue how to monetize that or...
Now you can. May I?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So one of the things that Grant and I committed to early on is a creation of dedicated to space photography, art, NFT, dedicated platform. It's called Spaceable. It has hundreds, if not thousands, of artists. And what's unique about it is that we focus on promoting and monetizing art, and you created art. So we'll come on Spaceables. Maybe we even should invite you to send one of your pictures to the moon. I think we can consider it done.
That would be amazing.
Well, why don't we just, here on the stage, Copernic Space is committing that we will send selected by you picture to the moon.
Yeah, choose your favorite one.
Yeah.
And then it's, I mean, like many things in life, it's like bragging rights, right?
Yeah.
So you have against the rest of the astrophotography that like
That's
yours has
fantastic.
been sent.
And I have to,
Yeah.
I actually have to empathize with you. In 2016, I applied to be an astronaut. So, and I was totally looking forward to just getting a rejection letter from NASA, but that never happened. So I got 3 acceptance letters and then the rejection letter, but it was an amazing experience.
Fantastic. Well, let me just add important information to sending your incredible, I am sure, pictures to the moon. It's not only about putting it on the moon. It is because of Copernic Space, we are transforming it into the space asset, which means it can be your decision to monetize it and dedicate funds to the cause that you believe in. And again, Spaceable Platforms helps to manage this process. And I am raising my hand as a Lady Rocket Foundation that is teaching kids about space and art in Ukraine, in Croatia, in Poland, Lompoc, California, which is next to Vandenberg Space Force Base. So come on board, would love to have you.
I love it.
And we love your son. Job well done.
Dziękuję.
Oh, proszę. And it's so thrilling to have you here.
Thank you very much.
It's a very big pleasure because of you and because of your country.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Rio, it's really cool to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.